Simulators have been a big part of Roblox for the past years, with the biggest example being Pet Simulator X, which have gotten almost 9 billion visits in total, much more than any other simulator. But now, if you were to check the most popular games on Roblox, you won't really find the same amount of simulator games anymore. And it seems new games like Grow a Garden and Steal a Brainrot ended up sort of replacing the simulators for many players. Simulators have been on the platform for a while already, but 2018 is what I like to call the golden year of simulators on Roblox. And I do have a reason for that, because this is when some of the biggest simulator games released. Mining Simulator, while probably not being as known like other ones, it actually was one of the first, if not the first, simulator to use pets in a similar way every other simulator game does today. And it also got the studio a whole 4 awards. I think that says something. Shortly after Bee Swarm Simulator released, which I will mention more later in the video, and of course the first pet simulator game released in 2018 too, while looking very basic, it just felt like something completely new, and people loved the hatching for pets mechanic in this game. And late 2018, we also had Bubblegum Simulator release. Those were the games that have started the simulator era on Roblox, you could say. The reason they became so popular is because they had something new for the players. And going back to 2018, they actually ended up being some of the most popular games on the platform. 10,000 players back then was really crazy. So later on, the simulator trend became even bigger since it showed to be successful, and more of them appeared, such as Unboxing Simulator or Ghost Simulator. But one thing was obvious. Players loved pets, and now basically every new simulator game had pets in one or another way. Overall, it looked like simulators made pets a whole new trend, and for example, Adopt Me added pets sometime later in 2019. And even today, we have, for example, Grow a Garden, which uses pets in the game. And speaking of pets, we had Pet Simulator 2 release, since Pet Simulator was very successful. But I feel like we better just not talk about this game. But the game that was successful, to say the least, was Pet Simulator X. The trailer for this game got over 2 million views as of today, and it is a lot for a Roblox game. Just to compare, Bubblegum Simulator Infinity got almost 250,000. So the game was meant to be a combination of both previous pet simulators, and it worked better than anyone might have expected. It became one of the biggest games on Roblox. And even today, it's ranked at 14th place for most visits and 8th place for highest concurrent players on Roblox ever. It easily managed to keep the spot of being one of the biggest games at the time. And this game is important for this video, because it changed simulators forever, like actually changed them. I think it is no secret that when something is very popular, others will try to copy it. We can see that with Grow a Garden and Steal a Brainrot today, with many games replicating them, and it's a normal thing to happen. Pet Simulator X, unlike the previous sequel, ended up lasting for a decent amount of time, and with the popularity it had, you know what would happen. Many new simulator games were taking inspiration from Pet Simulator X, like for example, when Pet Simulator got exclusive eggs, other games started to add them too. Then later on, we got Pet Simulator 99, which also got very big and had tons of players. It followed the same formula, but with some additional stuff to it, like the items. Now, comparing both, you can see that Pet Simulator 99 never reached the same amount of visits, nor did it get above 1 million concurrent players despite doing exactly what Pet Simulator X did. And moving to the latest big simulator release, Bubblegum Simulator Infinity. The game did get quite a lot of hype since it was one of the big early simulators. But pretty quickly it lost almost all of the players it had. Thing is, the original game was way more repetitive since it didn't have much to do, yet it was able to maintain the players better than the new game, despite new game having more content and higher quality. Same can be said about pet simulators. Pet Simulator X had less content than Pet Simulator 99. But many enjoyed Pet Simulator X more, and it is noticeable in the analytics. But if simulators are getting less fun for people, how is it then that Bee Swarm Simulator still remains popular as if nothing ever happened? The game only updates like once a year and does not look as appealing as Pet Simulator 99 or Bubblegum Simulator Infinity, for example, yet it has way more players than both of the games right now. That is because unlike the other two games, it never became a big trend everyone tried to copy. Developers stuck with copying Pet Simulator because it's much easier, and it also was doing bigger numbers. Bee Swarm Simulator, on the other hand, remained a pretty unique simulator compared to other ones. Bees aren't really the same as pets, and generally the gameplay is not as linear as in other simulators. Here, you get to choose quite a lot with how you want your end game to look like. People have gotten tired of the same Pet Simulator gameplay loop. Many of the recent simulator games with pets tend to follow same or similar gameplay loop as Pet Simulator, and eventually you get bored of the same stuff. And then Grow a Garden appeared, a simple game which eventually also got pets and its own trading economy. Pet Simulator players often play either to just grind for better things or to trade. In Grow a Garden, you try to get either best fruits or pets, and the said pets, just like in Pet Simulator, have variants, or in this case mutations, which can work in a similar way, and the game also has trading. Thing is, both Pet Simulator 99 and Bubblegum Simulator Infinity were starting to lose players just about when Grow a Garden was getting bigger. But even before Grow a Garden and all of that, remember I mentioned how Pet Simulator X ended up being the most successful one out of all other simulators? It has gotten over 260 million different people to join it all time according to the badge. Now Pet Simulator 99 is just below 95 millions. That is more than 2.5 times less. And keep in mind, both games were updated for over 2 years. Much more people tried out Pet Simulator X, because back then it was something new and fresh, while Pet Simulator 99 came out right after and didn't feel as new, but more like an upgrade of what already existed. That's why less had the same interest for newer game. And you could say the same for Bubblegum Simulator Infinity. The original game when released was pretty unique for its time, but the sequel is sort of what we have already seen before. And fun fact, the original game seemed to have gotten way more people to try it out too. But is the simulator era over? Well, both yes and no, honestly. In terms of the basic simulator games we know that use the Pet Simulator type of gameplay loop, I doubt we'll ever see them shine again as much as they used to. Pet Simulator X Remastered might be a thing at some point, but I don't think that would perform nearly as good if it doesn't have anything really new for players. But the simulator genre is not dead. There is still many possibilities and ways to make a simulator game unique even right now. Every big trend eventually dies off. Going back to Grow a Garden, the game haven't been getting as many players as it used to, and now Steal a Brain Rot is taking the crown instead, even getting a new player count record while this video was being made. And then at one point, Steal a Brain Rot will be losing players and something different will become popular. It's a normal thing to happen since you can't just play same thing over and over for years. You need something fresh time to time. If one day we will see a new rise of simulators, then they will be different to the ones we had before, at least in some way. Anyway, make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I would really appreciate that. You can watch one of these videos while waiting for a new one. They are good too. Join my Discord server. You can chat with me and other members. The link is in description, and I will see you soon.